Hey guys, so a bunch of Fox Marvel stuff has been happening lately, leading all the way up to this morning. Fox has just announced that they've hired a writer to write the sequel to 2013's The Wolverine. Now, just last week, James Mangold announced that they're actually going to do a sequel for The Wolverine, and it's going to come after the also just announced X-Men Apocalypse. Now, this new writer's name is David James Kelly, and he's pretty green. In fact, the only thing on his IMDb page is that he's an Eagle Scout and that he wrote and directed a short film, which must have been fantastic because Fox hired him to write a Daredevil script that, of course, obviously didn't get made. Now, the Wolverine was definitely a darker version of Logan than, say, X-Men Origins Wolverine, that abomination that somehow still made a whole bunch of money. But in Mangold's film, you get the Wolverine finally having to deal with his own mortality, so the sequel should be about a character who's come out the other side of that. But this is also coming on the heels of a big release dates announcement from Fox as well. So they told us that along with a whole bunch of other movies on their slate, that Wolverine is going to be coming out March 3rd, 2017. 3 full years from now. Between now and then, we've got X-Men Days of Future Past, which is coming out in a couple of months. We've got Chronicle director Josh Trank's reboot of Fantastic Four, and then we've got X-Men Apocalypse. So having Hugh Jackman in 2 X-Men franchise films between his 2 Wolverine films, there's just no telling where the character's going to be by the time we get to 3 years from now and the Wolverine 2. And that's fine because it's 3 goddamn years away, and we've got plenty more Marvel stuff coming from Fox in the meantime, and even after the Wolverine 2, there's going to be even more. A sequel to the Fan 4 reboot is already on the book, and there's also a slot for an untitled Marvel film for 2018. Now, the smart money at the moment is that it's going to be a Fantastic Four X-Men crossover film, which, if that's the case, that is a ballsy and awesome move by Fox, particularly because they haven't even started filming the first Fantastic Four, much less the sequel that they've already got planned. But if you're really going to create a cinematic universe, you have to plan 4 years out. That's a rule that somebody wrote down somewhere after the first Iron Man came out, I think. So it is good to see that Fox has a plan. In the meantime, in addition to giving us their plans for the next half-decade or so, Fox has also given us a new trailer for X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, I haven't been very happy with how many images they've been releasing for X-Men. I feel like they're all weird and out of context, and it just makes it feel like this weird hype machine that I'm really starting to get tired of. But this new trailer is so big and so epic, it looks great. It ties up so many different threads from all the different X-Men universes that have shown up on film so far that I'm already lining up for it. Visually, it feels a little like Tron in some parts, and the Sentinels look a little like the Destroyer from Thor, but since the animated series way back in the 90s and all the books I read growing up, I've just been dying to see the Sentinels on film, so it looks great. And because I was so excited about it, I pulled the rest of the office in here to tell you what they thought about the trailer.
It was amazing. I mean, it was yes. Amazing! I trust Bryan Singer, not because of what is it, James and the Giant Peach Slayer. He knows the X-Men world really well, at least the one that he created. The key relationship to almost all of X-Men is the Magneto and Professor Xavier relationship. That key difference, you know, the Martin Luther King versus Malcolm X difference has always been at the heart of the X-Men world, and it seems like they're really focusing that in a really strong way. Plus, it seems gigantic. It's in the future, it's in the past. I haven't seen that many real, not CGI extras since like the 70s, and I don't want to get my hopes up, but they're up. They're way up.
I'm gonna be honest, and Lacey will kill me for saying this, I kind of didn't give a shit about this movie before, but now I'm actually really freaking amped for it. It looks really good. I completely see that they're following like so many movie trailer formulas with the music and the pacing and everything, but I fell for it completely. I'm actually really excited, and I'm like gonna put it on my Google Calendar.
Look, the trailer is cool. It gets me excited for a movie that I wasn't super excited for, seeing as how many bad X-Men movies we've had now. It has everything that I hate about a trailer, which is just like it's like, hey, pull a shot from every scene and let's just dump it into this big cauldron of a trailer. I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that like hates on this trailer, but it's so like choppy and it goes to the black, and at some point in the middle, I just kind of zone out. It's just like bam, 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 bam. Dinklage is great. I'm glad he's there. McAvoy's there. Fassbender's there. Stewart, McKellen, all my favorites are back. All my favorites are there. Hugh Jackman is going to be Wolverine until he dies, which is fine. Good for him, actually.
So I just watched the X-Men Days of Future Past trailer. I gotta say, number one, I'm a huge X-Men fan. I own them all on DVD, and yes, you can make fun of the fact that I have X3 on DVD, but I do. A lot of Jennifer Lawrence, which I'm not surprised. I think they're riding on her coattails. I don't know how much Mystique's gonna be in the movie, but she was in a lot of the trailer. I'm just excited to see how much they are in the scenes together, or if it's kind of more of a like going back and forth between both worlds. Young Professor X, older Professor X, working together to save mutants. It'll be interesting to see Bryan Singer's directorial return to the franchise. I think based on the trailer, it looks pretty awesome.
So that's what we think about the new trailer for Days of Future Past. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Click like and subscribe, and come back next time for more movie news on Cinefix Now. I just miss Jimmy Marsden so much.
I miss him so much. Where are you, Jimmy?